Welcome, fellow fans of Clash Royale. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, spending a few minutes of your day with me. And yes, it is time for Peter's Poison Persuasion, a post-balancing deck that Peter seems to be having some luck with. Now, we look at his log and we see that he had some losses, he had some wins. There is a 3-0 followed by an 0-3, but then suddenly he changed over to this deck that he likes to call Peter's Poison Persuasion, and he has had nothing but wins. He is undefeated with this deck, so I thought we would go in and take a look and break down some of the strategy that he is using with this newly balanced deck. Now, of course, he does have two cards that received a nerf. He's got the Elixir Collector and the Cannon, so it's interesting to see that those cards are still going to be effective post-update up at higher levels. This is a level 11 versus a level 11 player, and you can see Peter facing a Giant Skeleton Hog Freeze deck. Now, personally, the Poison card is not one I'm a big fan of. 4 Elixir just seems too costly for me to bring for that gradual, relatively small amount of damage that the Poison spell will do over time, although it does slow those units and reduce their damage as well. So I guess it does have multiple uses. If used correctly, could be pretty effective. Right now, Peter facing an Inferno Tower placed way back on defense, and you've got that Giant Skeleton on its way forward. He's going to have to try to stop it from getting to the tower. He's got minions. There it is. The Cannon, just air units alone, are not going to be effective in order to stop it from dropping that bomb on your tower and losing about 1,000 hit points in the process. Alright, there is Peter's first usage of the Poison spell. It's going to damage the tower and also, of course, take out the princess, while Peter's own princess goes to work on the left lane tower. There, the Poison spell is done. Not a great deal of damage, but it did get the princess out of the way. Again, not a positive elixir trade, but if you take into consideration the 225 or so damage that the spell itself will do over that period of time, then maybe it's worth it. I don't know, 3 versus 4 for 200 damage. But in the long run, we will see how it works out. Peter is pumping all over the place. He's started a Golem, and his opponent dropped in a Hog Rider, Hog Freeze, and that could let the Hog get over to the tower. Peter's got the Princess, the Skeleton's working as well, so the Hog gets a little bit of damage, but it is gone. The Fireball takes out Peter's Princess, but here is the problem. Peter's got the Golem on the move, and it is going to get to the tower. The Inferno Tower has focused on it, but it's too late. The Golem is there, and the bigger damage coming from the mini PEKKA tower down before the Golem or the PEKKA could have been stopped by that Inferno Tower. So with just under a minute left, Peter is ahead 1 crown to 0. Just a matter of defending that right lane tower. Now, why he dropped a Golem on the left, I'll never know. The right lane, obviously where he wants to defend, and the Golem would be an ideal card to keep that Giant Skeleton away. Instead, he's got a mini PEKKA and a Cannon trying to fight the Hog Freeze combination with the Giant Skeleton. The Poison spell takes care of the Giant Skeleton and the archers, and things work out pretty well. That Hog Rider never got a chance to touch the tower. The Inferno is now on the Golem. That Golem is pretty much useless way over there, so that was a waste of a bunch of elixir, but it looks like Peter is going to hold his opponent off with yet another Cannon. The Giant Skeleton never gets there. Time runs out, and Peter's Poison Persuasion wins 1 crown to 0. So an effective use of the Poison spell, both on the far side and on Peter's own side of the river in that last battle. Let's check it out this time. We've got a slightly different deck. You can see this player, well, maybe he's got a little ADHD going on there. Clicking his cards all over the place. Valkyrie Fire Spirits. The Fire Spirits and Skeletons, a dangerous combination, but Peter has dropped the Golem right away. So no damage to the tower. The Golem easily soaking up all of that damage. And now it's just a matter of what will happen to the Golem. Can Peter try to defend it? The Zap spell is not going to do much to those minions. They do just as much damage with 5% health left as they do with 100. One part of the Golemite gets to the tower, the Poison spell down. Looks like he misplaced the Poison and it just missed the Furnace. The Furnace is not going to be affected, and the Fire Spirits on their way after Peter's tower. And now you've got a Miner and Fire Spirits on the move, but Peter's single Elixir Skeletons are going to control the amount of damage that Miner gets in, and also grabbing the attention of the last Fire Spirits coming out of the Furnace, preventing further damage to the tower. Now, the Furnace is definitely a card I'm interested in looking a little bit more deeply into in future episodes, just because of that recent buff. It is a very unique card, and those Fire Spirits are very flexible, going after both air and ground units. But once again, The Golem just doing a great job of soaking up any sort of damage from small units like that. There is the Miner counteracting the Princess. That gets her out of the way quickly, but Peter has got a mini P.E.K.K.A on the move and a poison spell down. The mini P.E.K.K.A followed by some more single elixir skeletons, and it looks like it is not going to get to the tower. The only damage to the tower there was from the poison spell itself. So right here with just over a minute left in this battle, Peter is at a bit of a disadvantage hit point wise. He does have the elixir collectors working for his side though, and perhaps in double elixir that could start to make a difference. And check this out right there. The tower is going to one-shot the fire spirits from the furnace. The ones that are on the individual card though, higher level obviously, and the princess needs to help take those out before they get to Peter's tower. And once again, Peter's got a golem on the move. Again, his opponent uses the miner to counter the princess. And again, the golem is getting towards the tower. Another princess, more minions are getting up. And this time that tower looks like it's in deep trouble. A whole bunch of units are converging. The golem is still full size. The mini P.E.K.K.A got there. And that tower once again is history. Less than 25 seconds left in this battle. And the opponent just desperately trying to hold on. The furnace placed defensively way back by the king's tower. This battle is all but over. There is no chance that he is going to get through and get to that tower, even with the miner getting deployed back there. The mini P.E.K.K.A, the skeletons, the minions, the princess. A last minute mini P.E.K.K.A on the right hand side, not going to work out. Time runs out and Peter does it once again with the Peter Poison Persuasion deck. So there you go, some pretty solid poison gameplay post-balancing update. And Peter, well, he says he has his own unusual take on some of these battles. He's got a different battle to share with you guys and a different delivery of his strategy. So if you want, go check that out on his channel. Help him get to 100,000 subs so he can get his very own YouTube 100,000 plaque to put in the bathroom. Thank you guys again, as always, for sticking around all the way to the end of this episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for daily Clash content, like if you like the video, and I hope to see every last one of you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks.
Galadon, for the bathroom, eh? Very funny. You're a freaking comedian, Galadon. Galadon, has it been long enough yet?
No, there's still way too many people here, Peter. Hold on.
Galadon, has it been long enough now?
Hold on.
Come on.
Just wait a second. Hold on. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Right. For your listening pleasure, the freestyle rip that shall win me the battle. Let me break it down to you. Now Peter's dick is on the rise, and to win with it is no surprise. I'll stab your goblin, smash your hog, and turn your prince into a frog. I'll drop my units 1, 2, 3, unsure and scared is what you'll be, because my units are marching across the river. Are you getting kind of cold? Cause I see you start to shiver. Now you've gotten some hit points off my tower, but you couldn't get it down if you had another hour. 3 crown wins are what I seek, because your troops are feeble and your tower's so weak. Just 60 seconds are left in this battle, but what's that sound? Did your brain start to rattle because you've dropped a hog with a mace in his hand, but my golem swarm you can never withstand? Oh bother, you've taken a tower from me, but Peter's not worried, for I'm coming for 3. The roof is on fire. All the kiddies will quit. All people retire. Here comes my golem. You thought 1 was enough? Well, with 2 on your tower, life's about to get tough. All you can do now is prepare for the pain. Woo woo, what's that? It's the Peter freight train.
All right, there you guys go. That is Peter's wrap. The rest of that is on his channel. Feel free to check it out because that is all you're going to get here.